If you're struggling with managing your finances or sticking to a budget, chances are you're going to have trouble with infinite banking. My name is Darius.
And I'm Carmen. In this video today, we are going to talk about how to transform your financial life so that you can start making conscious decisions of taking ownership of your finances. But before we jump into that video, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notifications bell so that you can be notified when we post new videos.
The cornerstone to managing your funds starts with your mindset, and your mindset shapes your financial decisions for spending habits and savings goal. It also shapes the decisions that you make with your banking system.
So for those of you who are new to the Wealth Nation channel, we talk about a concept called infinite banking. And what infinite banking is all about is using a whole life insurance policy, using that policy and the cash value that grows inside of the policy to finance your lifestyle. And so this has been the foundation of everything that Darius and I do with regards to our personal decisions, our business decisions, and investing, so on and so forth. And so in this video, we want to make sure you have the information you need to create a solid foundation to move forward in this infinite banking realm.
All right. So with that, what you have to have, first and foremost, is clarity and awareness of what you're trying to accomplish.
Number one.
It's one thing to have your banking system or have a whole life insurance policy, but if you don't have clarity on what you're trying to accomplish, it's just going to sit on the shelf like the other 96% of the people who have access to cash value and don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So you have to have education around or clarity around what you want to accomplish with your banking system. Yeah. And always, at least in our case, is always to invest.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also too, like with clarity, awareness also comes intention. Mm-hmm. It's all the same thing, right? So that's why we want to make sure that we are all on the same page with this, because what we notice is those who don't have clarity, awareness, or intention, when they start their policies, they tend to get lost in this shuffle in the process, and then they become frustrated because it may not be what they intended it to be because there wasn't the clarity. So that's why, again, for us, when Darius and I started this process, we knew exactly what we wanted to do with the policies. It helped us pay down all of our debt. It helped us finance our lifestyle in so many different ways. And now for us, the idea is using our policies 100% for investing. So again, the clarity and awareness is going to be the secret sauce that you need for success in this process.
Right. And that is a good segue into the next component, which is financial goals. The goals that we set for ourselves when we initially had our policy was to get out of credit card debt.
Yeah.
Next, we wanted to start investing. We had clear financial goals of what we wanted to accomplish with our system. And without having clear goals, what's going to happen is you're going to be subject to what happens around you. Mm-hmm. And even thinking about budgeting, what happens when you don't have clear financial goals with your budget, you what is it when you buy frivolously?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you don't have clear financial goals when it comes to your budget, you buy frivolously. Mm-hmm. And the same thing can happen if you don't have clear financial goals when it comes to your banking system.
Yeah, and we're putting both of these together, budgeting and the infinite banking system, especially starting it, because we believe that it's one and the same. Mm-hmm. Your finances have to be in order for you to do infinite banking, because if you don't have the clarity, awareness, or the goals with your budgeting, then that's going to run amok in your banking system. So both of them have to be in alignment in order for you to be able to plug this infinite banking system into your current financial goals so that you can move forward.
Right.
So we'll say the next point number 3 is a positive attitude. And this is so important because, again, you're learning something that's completely new. Processes are different from what your traditional banking needs and duties are. It's not that different, but again, just when you take yourself slightly out of your comfort zone and your routine is different, sometimes that can make you a little uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's important to always have that positive attitude, focus back on what's working, focus back on your goals and that clarity and the awareness so that it can continue to drive you through. And this is where I think we have a perfect segue now to talk about the opportunity you have to join Wealth Nation.
Are you looking for a life insurance policy specifically designed to help you accomplish your financial goals?
And if you have a policy or if you're looking for more education, would you like to be a part of a community with like-minded individuals who are all using life insurance to accomplish their financial goals? If so, click on the link below. We would love for you to join the Wealth Nation Money School.
Now, with having a positive attitude, what you also want to have is resilience, because things do happen where you weren't expecting, and you have to be able to adjust to those changes. And first and foremost, when you first start your system, you're not going to have the same amount of money or cash value that you will have 10 years from now. So you have to have resilience and understand that, you know, things happen, and just because this happens, it doesn't necessarily means that you're a failure. That's why you have to have positive attitude. That's why you have to have financial goals. That's why you have to have clarity in order for you to get through some of the things that'll come up as you go through life.
And I think with the last point, which is flexibility, they both kind of go hand in hand, the resilience and the flexibility. You have to be able to be moldable. You have to adjust to the currents and the things that are going to happen within your financial lifestyle, because in your personal economy, things are going to change. Not necessarily maybe month to month, but every 6 months, every year, you get a pay raise. You know, you have bonuses, whatever the case may be. You may have, you know, something come up that you weren't expecting to pay for. That is all going to affect this system. And that's where you need to have these 5 things in place in order for your systems to run successfully.
Now, one thing I want you to remember is every time you make your premium payment for your life insurance policy, there's going to be more cash value available. So there's going to be adjustments that you have to make for your system because, again, there's more money available. So with that, your mindset has to be flexible along with your policy.
Absolutely. And the other thing to note is with this process, like we said, it's like being in the gym. You know, it may be a little uncomfortable at first, but it's going to get better and you're going to start seeing those results very quickly as long as you stay focused and intentional on the outcome. Now, let's just shift gears a little bit and talking about the common money beliefs that happen, because I know what we talk about is really different compared to what's out there with traditional financial education. So when we always talk about this process, it's just going back to the basics and understanding the banking system, because all we really want to do is copy exactly what the banks are doing and do it on our own scale and with our own income so that we can keep as much principal and interest for ourselves as possible, as opposed to spreading it around to all the banks for them to get all the money.
Now, a lot of times what people say is that infinite banking is a scam or lifestyle banking is a scam, because what we've done is we've removed that veil of looking behind the curtain of what the actual banks do on our behalf. And what it does is it removes the middleman. Because again, when you borrow money from the bank or get money from the bank, it's not your money. The same thing is the case when it comes to infinite banking. The difference is you have the responsibility to dictate what those contracts or those loans amount are. It's your responsibility to make sure you pay yourself back. You don't have reminders sent to you every single month of when you make your payment of how much that you should pay. You have to do all that research on your own. So with that responsibility comes some friction. And misunderstanding and people thinking they can take advantage of the system. You can't take advantage of a life insurance company. It's not possible. So what happens is our insecurities about money starts to come up.
Yeah, because it's different, right? The minute you get uncomfortable, then those insecurities come out, and that can affect you maybe negatively, hopefully positively, so that you can move forward and continue to accomplish your financial goals.
Right. So, and again, the only thing I just wanted to say is that your money beliefs come up whenever you get into something different, or whether there's a different opportunity or somebody shows you something different, your money beliefs come up. So it's really important for you to understand where you are mentally, so that you can really receive the information that's being presented to you, it's being presented to you.
Yeah. And this all then kind of segues to as far as like managing your budget. So there's 3 things. There's income assessment, there's expense evaluation, and then there's setting priorities. All of these are so important for you to, again, understand, because like we said before, in order to maintain your premiums, in order to keep all of your policies on the books and paying yourself back and getting loans and all of that, you have to have a solid understanding of how much do you get paid every month, how much are you spending every month, and prioritize your spending so that it can be the most effective, because this is all going to blend together.
Now, with those things of understanding your income, your expenses, and your priorities, what happens is you have to already see yourself in being success mode. You know what I mean? Because when we did this process for ourselves and going through our credit card, it happened a lot faster than we anticipated. Reason being is because that cash value increased significantly along with the amount of interest that we were recapturing back to ourselves. So our transition phase was a lot sooner than what we expected, but we already had visualized it because we wanted to be successful with this thing. So visualizing our success is super important for you, and it was super important for us as we went through our system. And the super important thing, all these things are important, but having the budget allows us to be accountable. And it allowed us to be able to, when there's somebody that understands a little more than we do about this process, when we were able to present that to them, we had the spreadsheet, we had the numbers, we had the priorities, we had the income, the expenses, we had everything on our sheet that we can present to somebody that knows a little more about us, knows a little more about this process than we do. Totally. And they can pinpoint exactly, okay, here's where you can improve here, here's where you made a mistake, or here's where you're doing well, or here's where you need to take this same energy and put it someplace else in a different field, or this is what you can expect. So having accountability is very important, especially when you can organize and articulate exactly what you are trying to accomplish with your banking system.
Yeah. And with that accountability also comes the opportunity for you to celebrate. When you're able to hit those specific milestones and things that you want to accomplish, that's when you can really celebrate and do all of the things that you want to do so that you can stay focused. Again, get in the gym, get focused, get your routine in. And then when you have those amazing gains, go, run with your shirt off because you look good. Whatever the case may be, we're associating that with your budget.
Right. Now, one thing that I had to come to the realization of is, as this money comes in, things happen because I have money available. You know what I mean?
Opportunities come about.
Unexpected expenses come about. And I look at these unexpected expenses differently because I do have the funds to take advantage of them, or to do something about it. But we have to put that into its own little pocket, its own little space, or a space for emergency funds, to where it does not affect our system. Yeah. So we have to already prepare for things that do come up. That's why it's important for us to have an emergency fund, so it doesn't affect the wheels that are moving in the path of our financial journey or our financial success. Yeah. The next thing is impulse spending. When you have money, you want to buy things. And you have to overcome that, the keeping up with the Joneses, because of the fact that you do have money. I would rather have money than look like I have money. Yeah. Right?
All the time. And really, it's about simplicity. The more simple life you can lead, the more money you can have to create passive income, right? Because if you spend all of your money in stuff in your house, then that's all the money that you could use to have invest to start making cash flow for you. So you have to shift your lenses and thinking about what are your priorities. I mean, you may like to have a bunch of stuff in your house, or you may not. So you have to figure out what is important to you and stay focused on those goals, for example.
Right. Now, one thing I want you to understand is having a powerful banking system is having a powerful mindset. Yeah. That's your secret weapon to transforming your finances. And with the right mindset, you can achieve all your financial goals that you set for yourself and live the life that you desire. Now, speaking of life desires, what we want you to do is get a little more information on how infinite banking works, and check out our next video where we talk about that exact thing.
And remember to own your own lifestyle,
or someone else will.